what is all the fuss about with a 911 that's been reimagined by a Singer? Well, there's the way it looks, obviously, and nothing I can say about that is going to make up for some lovely details, but aside from the way it looks, there's what it's made from and the specification of the engine and the detailing and the materials. For those of you who don't know much about this car, it is pretty much entirely bodied in carbon fibre. It's got a hand-built 3.8 litre motor, which is good for 360 horsepower. Thanks to all that carbon fibre, the car weighs around 250 kilos less than a regular Carrera 2. So a little over 1,100 kilos all up, which, as you can probably imagine, makes for pretty spectacular performance. The driving experience itself is, it's so special. It's like all the best 911s I've ever driven, and I've driven a few by now, but there's little bits of all of those cars, but it doesn't actually copy or try and copy any of them. It's just the essence of what makes a Porsche 911 great, and it's utterly respectful to that recipe. But like the looks, it just accentuates all the bits you want a little bit more of, and it refines those things that define a 911 driving experience to the point where I really couldn't want for a more enjoyable, more exploitable, more exciting, more emotional car. From the moment you get in the thing, it just feels perfect. Everything you look at and touch, the way you're connected to the car, the noise it makes, the way it goes down the road and connects you to the surface through its adjustable Öhlins dampers, it's everything about it. It's like it's been made for me, and I'm a bit of a 911 geek, I guess, but I think that makes it more impressive because I think I'm quite protective of what a 911 should be. So aside from the way the car looks and the way it drives, the other thing that everyone knows about a Singer is that they are big money, and this right-hand drive car is a UK car, so it's been imported and subject to all our taxes and import duties, and that little lot plus the build cost brings it up to around 450 grand, which is a huge amount of money. And yet, such is the madness of all of our addictions to wonderful cars, is that I can sit here and drive it in the knowledge that underneath all of this beautiful stuff is a 964 Carrera, and yet I can sit here and nod and say, yeah, it's worth every single penny. And when you think about the love and attention and sweat and tears that go into them, more than 4,000 hours of expert labour goes into each one of these cars. So you add all of that and all the very best materials and all the very, very best components, that all adds up, and it adds up to a very big number, but it adds up to just the most wonderful car. So it's been years since I've driven a Singer, and I fear that after today it's going to be a good few years before I drive one again, and that does make me quite sad, just as the fact that my personal circumstances aren't going to change sufficiently for me to order one of these amazing things for myself. But if I've learnt anything from today, it's that if I had to choose one car to own and drive from now until the day I die, it would be this. more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.